welcome to our second session in the retail and fast-moving consumer goods track. For those of you who weren't here for the first one, my name is Nikki Baird, and I'm a managing partner at Retail Systems Research, and we are an industry analyst firm that is focused only on the retail industry, although we define that term very broadly, so pretty much anybody who sells to a consumer is a company that we would consider important to the industry. Our company's been around for about 10 years. I'm based in the United States, as you can tell, and my Spanish is really not that good, and you don't want to hear it. So I appreciate all of the panelists participating in English, and I know I can be a fast talker, so I will try to keep it slow as everybody adjusts to English. What we're going to do today is we're actually just going to have a discussion, and I think I actually am really looking forward to it because everything is moving so fast that, you know, examples that you had that were relevant 6 months ago are not relevant today. It's just really hard to keep up in the space. So you'll get sort of fresh, cutting perspective from all of our participants. To set the topic up, digital selling. That definition of what digital selling is has expanded really drastically from the early days of online, right? We've added mobile to the mix, we've added social, we're adding local components to the mix, now voice interaction, connecting between consumers and products or consumers and brands in all new ways, augmented reality, virtual reality. We're going to explore a lot of those. The digital part is changing rapidly, but the selling side is also still a big question. Mobile conversion is still not at the same rate as desktop conversion, right? There's still a very big gap between those two. Implementing location or context-based digital engagement, it's still relatively in its infancy. You know, that's a case where actually Asian consumers are probably far more engaged than you find in most of the rest of the Western world, but we're getting there. And I think important for you, the takeaways that I really want you to have as you leave this session is, for your company, are you defining digital selling the best way for your company? Are you expecting the right things from your digital strategies? So to help us explore those questions, let me welcome our panelists. We have Angela Sanchez, who is from Indirect Spain. We have Fabiola Perez, which is the CEO of Meteora. And then Beatriz Cardona from B Republic. And then Manuel Serrano, Accenture. Thank you for joining our ladies panel up here. I'm really excited to see so many women on a panel. I think that's excellent. So let's start with you, Angela. If you could just introduce yourself, any relevant experience you're bringing for the panel discussion, and then talk a little bit about what digital selling means for your company today.
Well, thank you, Nikki. I'm Angela Sanchez Vignote. I work for ING, and I am very lucky because ING is a digital bank, as maybe you know. So my role there, I'm the director of the Well and Mobile. So again, I'm very lucky because in this world, being in the digital channels is a really good thing. And for me, what is digital selling? Is not selling, is the interaction that we have with our clients. So at the end, if you have the interaction, then our clients, they are going to be very happy with us. And at the end, what they are going to do is buying products. We always say that it's not selling, but it's our clients selling the products. So I think we can just show you the way we are trying to do things and always thinking about where clients are. It's not that we want to be on digital, it's because our clients are on digital. So.
Great. Fabiola?
Hi. So my name is Fabiola Perez. I'm the CEO of Meteora. We are a IoT company. So what we are doing is trying to speed up the adoption of IoT technology inside of the retail world, mostly manufacturers and retailers in fast-moving consumer goods. So for us, digital is first of all is regarding one of your questions that you were saying. It's focused on the shopper. It's how we are approaching the offline business into the digital business through being focused on the shopper and helping and to help our clients to do so. We are basically adopting new IoT solutions that allows us to sensor the store in order to create kind of a digital store inside of an offline store. That's the challenge that we have right now, and that the retailers that we are working have in order to adopt this digital selling inside the store that is really mixing the offline and online world in a place.
Excellent. And Beatrice?
Hi, I'm Beatriz Cardona. I'm Senior Manager at Be Republic and Head of Customer Strategy and Automation. And for me, digital selling is not digital selling, and as they both say, is more about selling. And now what we really think at Be Republic is that the barriers of offline and online are disappearing. So you can be buying digitally in an offline, and what you need to do is to provide your customer this omni-channel experience and make them feel they are interacting with the brand no matter the channel. So,
Great, great. And Manuel?
Yes.
They'll turn it on.
Yes. Yes. Okay, my name is Manuel Serrano. I'm a digital transformation student in Accenture. I'm always learning how is digital transformation, so I learn every day with this. For me, digital transformation is about, it's not about technology, it's about people. So for me, it doesn't matter how technology, it's about people. So we need to understand what people really need, what are their problems, and we need to fall in love, not in our product, also, but in consumer problem and needs. So we need to fall in love in how to solve that problem, and in that way we are going to sell products and services, but not to think so much in technology, not to think so much in selling without understanding and without loving in people problems.
That's excellent. I love that none of you really have focused on technology per se so much as focusing on the experience and enabling the experience. I wanted to ask though, and I'll start here and we'll go that way. I mean, we're in a world now where you almost can't have an experience without some kind of technology playing the role. So as important as people and process and experience are, how do you make sure that companies are focused on the experience first, but also thinking about how technology can enable that experience? Because you almost can't have one without the other. So.
Yes, I think experience is the key element that we have to focus on it, because the battleground now is not the product, the services, because in the digital world you can copy in hours everything. So you need to focus on get the best experience from your customer. Also, today we always say that we are living in the liquid expectation, because today consumers don't compare you with your direct competitors. So if a company in the market provides you a specific experience, if you have a contact or an interaction with other company, you hope the same that this company. So you don't compete with the same competitors. So the battleground is in the experience. Also, we need to focus in customer journey. We need to identify what is the customer journey of our client, where are the touch points, and on that touch point, we will see what are the best technology or the best way to provide them the best experience. So technology is important, but it's more important to think about people in order to sell them. Yeah. And technology allow us to know the customer, our customer, and then sell them in a proper way.
Yeah, very good. Beatrice, what's your perspective on that?
Yeah, so what we've seen is that the customers are changing very fast their behavior, and faster than brands and companies and retailers. So brands need to speed up their adoption of technology to be where the customer is. So here is where we see that technology plays an important role, because customers use their mobile everywhere. So even your retail is not mobile. You are mobile because the customer will be in the shop, will be comparing prices, will be taking pictures to products. So in our perspective, companies need to be where the customer is. So if they are in mobile, you need to be on mobile. You need to be on social. You need to be where the customer is. And also a very important trend is personalization.
Yes.
So now it's not coffee for everybody. I don't know if the expression also can be used in English, but so everybody needs to have this personalized experience. It can be in the website, in the app, in the shop, but we need to give this experience through technology.
Yeah, very good. Fabiola, how about you?
So it's true that the technology is an enabler. So this is not the end. The end is the shopper having the experience. But the challenge here is to have an excellent experience or execution in a continuous way. Yeah. So it's true that you can copy a digital or mobile app that you have in this retailer and having sort of a copy in like 1, 2, 3 months for another brand, but this is not, that doesn't mean to be digital or to go in on the digital world for the customer. They need to look, first of all, at the shopper that they have, and also they need to look at the technology and the data that they have already, because if we are looking at personalization, we need to have a lot of data and to know a lot of information about our customers in order to give them the smart experience. And the smart experience is not giving them a digital catalog of all our products and all our offers and all our size at that moment, because this is not what they want. They want the perfect shirt that combines with that perfect skirt, or they want to prepare a specific meal, and they need to have the combination of the different products that they are going to use. So we need to look for a smart experience using the data that we have from the clients in order to provide these 2-3 things that we are looking at many companies implementing bots, smart bots, in order to give this advice and be helpful for the client. Yeah. Because one of the things that we are looking at is we work with a lot of retailers, and we have been working for the last 20 months with a lot of retailers, 20 years, with a lot of retailers, and they go on the trend, and we are going to be digital, and we are going to have a mobile app in the App Store, and that's not being digital.
Right. Angela, from your perspective, I mean, your company is almost entirely digital, right? So how do you keep experience and technology so that one doesn't sort of overtake the other?
Technology is not important. I mean, it's again what we all said is we have to be where clients are. So we mostly are completely digital. 98% of our contacts are in digital, but it's not because of that. It's because we are trying to help our clients. 4 years ago, when we thought about changing the platform that we have for our clients, we said, well, we are a financial institution, so we have, what we have done for many years is reporting to our clients what they have. But now is the moment that with all the data that we have, with all the personalization, we can help them. Yeah. So that's why we changed all the platform in order to make our clients like what they are, like the boss of the money. Yeah. Because that is one thing that we say, the client is our boss, but also they are the boss of their money. So they need to know what they can do, and they want to do everything where they want. And for instance, now currently we talk about numbers, 70% of our traffic is on mobile. So for us, that is something really amazing, because with mobile you get a lot of interactions again, and you have so many times to tell clients things that they want to hear. And again, the personalization is so important. If you tell the client something that is not for them, but is for all the clients, coffee for everyone, then the CTR, the click-to ratio that you are going to have is very small. But for instance, if you tell a mother that she's having the maternity salary, that maybe they want a life insurance, the CTR there is going to be incredible, because that is for them. That is for her in that case. So at the end, it's very important, not the technology. We need to be in the mobile. For instance, in our case, we have everything on the mobile and everything on the PC, but also trying to humanize all the channels, because it's also another important thing. We have assisted channels, of course, we have the call center, we have the branches, but what we want is our clients to feel that they are treated as a person and they are talking with a person, even though they are talking with a mobile or they are talking with a PC. Again, it's very important that you feel that you are the only one. And again, the 3 million clients that we have, they are only, each of them are the one for us. So
Yeah, that's great. I go ahead and hang on to that. You've all, to some degree, mentioned personalization already, and you mentioned something that I want to follow up on, which is for one individual person. I've heard some people try to replace personalization with individualization. Would you say that that's achievable? Is that a strategy that you're interested in terms of approaching customers, that it is going to be one-to-one?
For me, what it's important is that they feel that what we are giving them is for them.
Yeah.
It's not coffee, again, for everyone, but it's for them. So, of course, they know that, for instance, if we launch a campaign, there are a lot of clients with the same campaign, of course, but at the end, they need to feel that it's something that is really important for them, because in that case, again, they are going to buy the product, or they are going to feel that they are important for us. And again, the client is in the center. It's in the center, I mean, for everybody, but in our case, we always say that the client, of course, is always in the center. And personalization is very important in everything, not only for the commercial activity, but also even for the servicing. If you are a person that you're in a digital world and you want to talk with somebody, but you want to still be in the digital world, maybe that's why we have chats, or you have chatbots or whatever. But if you are in a digital world and one day you want to talk to somebody, then go to the branch. It's perfect. So it's not the channel, it's the way we want to interact with our clients. The important thing is not the channel, is the way I want them to tell that, I want them to hear the things or whatever.
Yeah, excellent. Fabiola, you mentioned creating the digital store inside the physical store, and I loved that phrase. Personalization and the physical store, those are two things that are really difficult to achieve. Do you think there are ways that having that digital store inside the physical, is that a way to get to more personalization in the store?
So the shortest answer to that is you have a mobile on you all the time. So it's a very good platform or gateway to give them this personalization experience. Yeah. The way is that how you use this kind of resources that you have in place in order to get to the client that is the only one in the store, or the experience is going to be easier for them. And there are many good examples. They are trying to do this. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that kind of the real execution for all the stores in any retailer. We are not looking at these cases. Right. But there are a lot of small experience right now, like for example, knowing when a client is in the store, giving them the information just at that moment. This year in the big retail show, they gave a statistic that I was thrilled about it, that it was like, instead of the previous years where the shopper didn't want to receive information all the time because they were thinking that you were attacking their privacy, right now there are 37% of the Americans that they are willing to have all the information about the promotions the moment that they enter in the store. Right. And that's personalization. That is having your promotions at the moment that you are going to use it. Right. So that's one example, that it's the clients are asking for that, so why don't we are going to move over there? Right. The other thing is that when you are entering in a store, or a shopper is entering in a store, the experience that they are looking for, it's very different. You could have an urgency shopper, or you could have one that is going to do like the month shopping, and they are going to do different paths around the store. Why don't we help them in order to do the right path and go over the store in the way that it's going to be better for them? So these kind of things is easy right now. The technology, the enabler is there. We have beacons, we have BLA communications, and all of precision location indoor in order to get this experience to the clients. And they are willing to have it, and they want to have it. So the only thing is that we need to put it in place in the stores.
Beatriz, maybe you can speak a little bit about some of the challenges of personalization and trying to achieve personalization, because I mean, I would agree wholeheartedly that I think it's a priority for almost anyone who is in this space. So maybe you can address some of the challenges there.
Yeah, so the big challenge here is how we get data from the customers, how we use this data to be able to provide this one-to-one experience. So talking again about technology, this is not about technology, but technology helps a lot. We can track how the user is navigating through the website, through the app, even through the offline shop. You have technology that helps you track what they are interested in, if they spend more time looking to the red shirt instead of the blue one. So all this information is helping companies to be able to provide this one-to-one experience, because if you know your customer, if you know what he likes, if you know like who he is, like with name and surnames, and you are able to know who is your customer, you will be able to provide this very personalized, individualized experience.
Yeah. Manuel, are you finding that personalization is a priority for your clients as well? And what are the challenges they're running into?
Yes, personalization is a key element, and we are really focused on it. It's essential because if you don't personalize the experience, you are not going to differentiate with the competitors. Now you can personalize the experience in different way. For example, in ecosystem. I think ecosystem is a new way of compete and a new way of increase our digital sales. For instance, an example would be if I'm a train company and I only focus on sell tickets. I also provide different experience connecting with other provider or other companies that offer different services. For example, if I go from Madrid to Barcelona in AVE, I want that with the app of Renfe, I can arrive to the station and leave the car to a company. That company take the car, keep them in one place, and they clean the car, for example. And then when I arrive to Barcelona, I want that Cabify stay at the station, waiting for me, and take me to my meeting in Barcelona. And when I arrive to Barcelona, I want that have connected with a hotel, and in the hotel I can be a Globo or other services that you can connect with them. So we can increase the experience and the services that we provide our customer, connecting with other companies and in an ecosystem. So ecosystem is the new way of a new way of compete, and also it's a new way to increase our digital sales.
Yeah, that's excellent. I love that emphasis on services and adjacent, right? Things that are next to what you provide, or that that kind of fulfill that full length of the customer journey. I'll stick with you for a second. In retail, I think there's a lot of temptation to just measure success in terms of sales, right? You're here to sell products. And so my question is, are your clients, are retailers expecting the right things from some of the investments that they're making in digital channels? Because a lot of this focus on services or on ecosystem and connection, I mean, you know, engagement is a very difficult term to measure. Is there too much focus on sales? Should they be looking to digital selling to do more than just selling?
Nowadays, our clients ask us only for selling.
Right.
Yes, engage is good, but the people, the reality is that the companies don't have enough money to invest in engagement, or they don't want to invest in that.
Right.
So when they hire us, they want to increase their sales. But we also try to convince them that it's not only selling, but of course, if you don't sell your product, your services, is not good, in my opinion.
Right, right. Beatrice, what's your perspective on that?
Yeah. So what we've seen is that customers, our clients, like companies, are starting to worry about the customer journey and understanding which is the customer journey and how they can interact with their clients in every step. And this is the way they see they can increase sales. So it's not just help them to define strategies to sell, but help them to define strategies to have happier customers, because happier customers means more sales at the end.
Right.
So this is what we are working now with some clients.
Yeah. Are they really receptive to that, or are they kind of, we got to sell?
We have some examples like Grand Valira, which is a resort and a ski resort, that they are very focused on increasing this experience, because they know that if the customer arrives to the parking lot, they need to find a space to park, and then they want to know which is the entrance, the door entrance, because if they are near to a cafeteria, they can try to sell them the lunch there. So yes, we are seeing that it's not easy, and not of our customers understands the importance, but we have seen a trend on changing, and companies being more aware of the importance of the customer experience, like an overall.
Great, great. Fabiola, from your perspective, I mean, nothing's more immediate than the store. So the pressure to sell products when you're in the store is really, really big. But do you find that, I'm going to ask you two questions. So one, when you bring more digital into the store, does it open up the opportunity for the store to be more than just about selling products? And do you find that retailers are receptive to that? It's the first one, and then I'll follow up.
Yeah. So the answer for that is yes. They are more receptive to having another business model inside of the store. So like micro business model that are based in the backbone business, but they increase and they have it this like an adjacency business that is very small, but they are growing. So when you look at the numbers, are good. In our case, the clients that we that we work every day on a daily basis, they are 100% revenue focused.
Yeah.
So you need to get I'm going to change a little bit the part of the question. You need to give them the right KPIs in order to measure this with revenue, because maybe it's not about growing sales, but growing sales in a specific target of clients that they are more interested in, or they are looking at focusing on a specific strategy, and those sales are the ones that are growing. Right. So maybe not the overall number is growing, but the one that they are very focused on are growing. Right. So that's a way of looking at, okay, your strategy is saying that you want to go digital and you want to have more frequency in your shoppers, and so this is how you are going to make it. You are creating a base of clients more trusting in your company and having an increase the frequency of selling. So that's the way that we are doing it.
Right. And do you find, I mean, because the data that you're collecting, right, it's not data that retailers have really had access to before. So do you find that it's enabling opportunities that retailers haven't thought about besides selling more products?
So the answer is again, yes.
Good.
But the tricky thing is how they do it, because the problem is when you get these new tools and this new digital data that is a lot of data and unstructured data. You need to be very careful on looking at the insights that you are having in this data, and this one are aligned with the overall strategy of the retailer. Because if this is not happening, you may create some excitement and some new sales in the short time, but it's not going to be a consistent growing of the sales that we are looking on this kind of integration of this data. So the thing is looking at the right KPIs, integrate these KPIs with the rest of the KPIs that you are looking on a daily basis when you are looking at retail sales, and having this related to the shoppers and to the experience of the shopper. That would be like the path of the data that we are looking at in order to make this understandable for the client, because the problem is that when you have a lot of data, you need to navigate around this data and trim the data in order to get the right insight from it.
Right, very good. And Angela, from your perspective, kind of back to that original question, how much should digital channels deliver something more than just sales? How do you look at that?
In our case, it's very easy because at the end, digital is everything. Again, we have the other channels, but for us, and we began 18 years ago as a digital bank, it's very easy for us because there we have everything. But it's not only sales. For instance, if you talk about me, my objectives are not only selling in the digital world, but also the quality and also the satisfaction of the clients. Because maybe you can have the sales, but if you don't have the satisfaction, then there are a lot of competitors and then they can get the client, and we don't want that. And again, we are in a world with the PSD2 that is enabling another competitors to enter in the financial world, so we need that satisfaction. So it's not only sales, we need the servicing, we need to help the clients, we need with all the data that we have, because at the end banks, we have a lot of data. Again, we need to know how to treat them because it's not so easy, but with all that data, what we need is the engagement. And yes, if, of course, we need the sales, but the engagement is much more important because maybe if we talk about financial world, we are talking about maybe 20 contacts per month, and in not all that contacts you are going to sell a product. No, it's impossible. No, it's impossible. You are not going to buy so many financial products in your life. So you need to have the best servicing, the best engagement. You have to be in the top of mind of the client, and your NPS must be the #1. Because if not, you are going to change. There are so many financial institutions that in that part of the market, you need the engagement. You need to be a love brand. You need to be in the top of mind. You need your clients to recommend you, because at the end, marketing is very important. But if you don't have one person telling you this bank or this shop or this whatever is really good, now with the social media, with everything, clients, they search for things, but they listen a lot to her friends, to their family or whatever. So at the end, if you don't have the engagement, then you are not going to have the client. And if you don't have the tools to make that engagement, it's going to be very difficult to, at the end, get the sales.
Right. Let me follow up with one question for you. Probably, given our time, this will be the last question. You had mentioned earlier about the importance of understanding sort of the life context of your customer, so that you can put the right financial product in front of them at the right time. To get very specific, how much is location, like their physical context? So whether they're on their mobile phone in a branch, or whether they're at home, or whether they're on the go, are you looking at that kind of physical context of where where your customer is, or is that not important to you?
Well, I'm sorry because I'm going to talk about Tweepcast, but because he was going to talk. For us, for the financial products, if our clients are in a brand, we have there the best ambassadors in the world that are our employees there, that they are going to talk our clients about all the products and also about the digital world, because they are the best ambassadors. But for us, for instance, it's very important the location when we talk about ATMs or Tweepcast or whatever, because we need our clients to know where they can withdraw money. So at the end, if we know where they are, I can tell them, if you are here, you can go to this ATM and you are not going to get any fee there. If you are here, you can go to one shop and then get money there as a cashback. So for us, it's very important the location for that kind of thing, more for servicing than for sales, and more for engage again. If you are going abroad, to the States or whatever, I can send you a push notification or something saying, you have here your card, you have to activate it if you don't want to, whatever. Right. So for us, it's very important for servicing. It's really important. For selling, again, if you get engagement, you are going to have the sales. So it's...
Yeah, very good. Fabiola, from your perspective, because you're in the location, the most important location to a lot of retailers, talk to me a little bit about, do you see a drive to connect the information that you're collecting and the insights that you're collecting from the stores to the digital life of the consumer before they've ever gotten to the store? So providing that context.
So here, when we are talking about the customer journey, you go from zero moment, that is the moment that they are thinking that they need to go to the store, till the moment that they are doing the transaction. And you need to go all over the customer journey in order to finally sell a product, I don't know, a skirt or whatever you want to buy. So you need to be on all the way. The technology is enabling us to be in every moment and to impact on the client in every moment. We are the one that need to be, or the technology and the algorithms that we are using needs to be smart enough in order to tell us when the client is willing to receive and is challenging us to receive this information and when he is not want to have this information. And we have a very thin frontier between privacy and giving them the information that they want, when they want, where they want this information. So basically, the answer is that we need to hack the customer. We need to hack the customer all the way around, and we need to make them happy doing so. And this is something that is going to happen, and I can tell you from my experience, the first time that Google connect my calendar with my with an appointment that I have and a flight passbook that I have, I was feeling that they were attacking me and they were violating my privacy.
Right.
The second time that I didn't miss a flight, because they do so and they give me, there is a traffic jam in the way to the airport, so you need to go 20 minutes before in order to get there.
Yeah.
This is something that you can enable in your phone, in your Google Calendar, and it's going to warn you. So that time I was happy to be hacked. So what we need to do is convert this hacking into something that the client is happy to be. As I was telling you, they want to receive the information the moment that they are entering in the store. If I have a Zara coupon or a Carrefour coupon or 3 Carrefour coupon, I want to know when I am entering the store. But moreover, I want to know that I have a coupon on the milk alley when I am in the milk alley. Because probably the conversion, that is what we are looking, all of us are looking, it's going to be higher. Right. So that's the thing that we are looking at, and we are challenging the clients and trying to get there in the future, in the near future.
Right. Great. Beatrice, is there anything that you want to add in the time we have left?
Yes, I think it's important to talk not only about location, but also about context, weather, time. So if you want to contact with your customer in any point of the customer journey, if you are able to get this context going farther than only location, you will be able to increase your conversion rate. So we have cases where you add the weather, which is something really simple. You can increase your conversion rate a lot if it's raining. So you put the umbrella first. It's something that seems very simple, but it has a very high impact, and yeah.
Okay, great. Manuel, how about you? Anything to add?
Yes, what I see is that companies are changing their mind and thinking not only about omni-channel, but also in omnipresence. So they connect the digital world with the physical world. For example, an example is Dia Supermarket. They integrate with Amazon Prime Now, and you from Amazon Prime Now is a channel from Amazon, not from Dia Supermarket. You can buy in that retailer. So also another example is ANG, where if you want to get money, you can go to a Dia Supermarket also, and you can buy something of food, and then you ask for money. So you don't go to the ANG channels. You don't have to go to an ATM to get money. So it's omnipresent. That company are increasing their digital sales, thinking not in omni-channel, but also in omnipresent. So I think that context is really, really important, and we have to think about that.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Please thank our panelists, and thank you for your attention.